Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please enjoy watching this video. Here we go. After picking up 3 straight victories in the Premier League, Manchester United were brought firmly back down to earth after they were handily beaten by Newcastle United at St James Park. The two teams will have both fancied their chances heading into the game, but it became apparent almost immediately that the Magpies were playing in an entirely different gear to Erik ten Hag's side. The Red Devils never really looked like getting anything out of the game, and it could have been much worse than the 1-0 loss it ended up being. The whole team was just not quite at the races, but one star in particular who had a torrid time was Marcus Rashford. The Englishman had an incredible campaign last year during Ten Hag's debut season at Old Trafford, but he's been a shell of that player so far this time around. He has failed to offer any sort of positive impact to the Red Devils, and his performance against the Magpies in particular was extremely poor. So much so that United legend Paul Scholes singled him out for criticism after the game. Having spent his entire career at Old Trafford, winning everything there is to win, the former midfielder knows a thing or two about success and talent. He's not impressed right now with Rashford, though. Scholes criticized Rashford's effort and attitude. Shortly after the match, Scholes highlighted the 26-year-old's performance and had some very unflattering things to say about it. After being subbed off shortly after the hour mark, Rashford was visibly unhappy with the decision. It's safe to say that Scholes wasn't very impressed with how he conducted himself. What is he, Rashford, surprised about? I don't get it. What is he thinking he should still be on the pitch for? He was causing the team more harm than good. Marcus last year was brilliant, and he's got ability, there is no doubt about that. But when you decide to walk back like was, and he comes off and behaves like that, I do not think it's good for the team. And he's one of the most experienced players now. He's a player that players look up to. Maino looks up to him. Garnacho looks up to him. Considering what he accomplished in his career, and the level of talent that he played with throughout the entirety of it, Scholes is pretty qualified to offer criticism, and his comments have been justified after a video of Rashford's performance against the Magpies went viral online. Highlights of Rashford's performance have ticked off United fans online. Whether you initially agree with Scholes' comments or not, it's hard to argue after seeing the highlights video of Rashford's performance that has gone viral on social media. It's quite a shocking display and one that seems to be frustrating the Red Devils faithful online, with some even calling for the forward to be sold as a result. There are numerous instances included that show the lack of effort he was providing during the game. His tracking back on Tino Livramento is just appalling, and it's not the work rate that fans have come to expect from someone playing for the Red Devils. It's no surprise that he's struggling this year when he's clearly barely even trying, especially defensively. Scholes isn't the only figure in football who wasn't impressed with the display against Newcastle, though. Erik ten Hag has revealed he intends to speak with Rashford about his performance. After a pretty terrible season so far, the Newcastle game seems to be the final straw for ten Hag, who has revealed he intends to talk to Rashford about his performance privately following the game. The manager has stood by his player throughout his struggles, keeping him in the side when it would have been very easy to drop him, but even he seems to have had enough now. Speaking shortly after the match, he revealed that he would be talking to the Englishman about his form, but would do so privately and not comment on it to the media. He also admitted that he believes the 26-year-old has what it takes to turn things around and rediscover the form that made him so dangerous last year. I will talk to him and not the media. I don't go into individual performances. I knew this issue was coming up and Marcus is investing a lot. He will return to his form, he will recover, and he gets all our support. Off the back of one performance, it would be harsh to react in the manner in which so many have, but Rashford has been way off it all year long, and this was just the latest in a series of lackluster showings for the Englishman. Rashford has struggled all season. Last season, when Ten Hag first came to United, Rashford hit the form of his life. Scoring 30 goals in all competitions, he was the club's standout performer, and it looked like he'd taken a step up and become world-class. Things haven't played out that way, though, and he's taken a serious step back this season. In 18 games, he scored just twice, and he's been more prone to terrible performances than even average ones. After earning the love and adulation of United fans last year, there are many now who want to see him shipped out of Old Trafford, and if that isn't enough to tell you how poor he's been, then we don't know what will. Things have to change pretty soon if Rashford wants to save his career at Old Trafford. The club might not be quite the powerhouse it once was, but it's still a team that has standards, and if they're to return to the top of English football as is their aim, they'll need stars who are giving it their all and producing on the pitch. If the Englishman doesn't pick it up soon, he might find himself playing outside of Manchester for the foreseeable future. Let us know what you think about the entire thing in the comments section below. Additionally, stay tuned and subscribe to this YouTube channel for the latest news and updates from around the world. We sign out.